Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fall clean with me, extreme cleaning motivation style. I've got a lot of mess in random places of my house and some deep cleaning I want to do to bring us into the new season, but not full-blown fall deep clean yet. I don't want to go to that level just yet, but I do have some deep cleaning projects that I am going to tie into this video as well, plus some nice little fall treats and a dinner at the end of this, because today is the first official day of fall. So I want to make it nice and cozy and fun in here and really enjoy the new season. Sounds good? Stick around, thumbs up, subscribe, all of that, and let's get started. I'm gonna start this with a nice cup of pumpkin coffee. I like, for home coffees, I like them to be warm coffees, but if I buy them out somewhere, I do prefer an iced coffee. I don't really understand the difference between the two for me, but that's just how I kind of go. That is my favorite creamer right now. It is the pumpkin spice Starbucks one. I buy it at Target. They do have a non-dairy, but it is absolutely delicious. And this is my coffee that I've used for years. It is the pumpkin spice out of Target. I buy the decaf because my daughter steals mine, but they do have it in regular and it is fantastic. This is an overview of my kitchen mess. That's where I'm gonna start. I do have dishes in the sink I need to get to. This rust right here in my sink, I'm gonna show you how to clean that off. That was from a cookie cutter my daughter left in the sink. The stainless steel is awful, dishes to put away, just the usual rundown, and my microwave is also severely neglected. I can't even remember last time I cleaned this thing, so that is on the list as well for today. I am gonna unload the dishwasher. This chore typically belongs to my older two boys, but if I have things I need to get done, I will go ahead and do it if they don't get around to it before they leave for school in the mornings. They leave very, very early for school, so I don't blame them if they don't get around to it. They'll just empty it when they get home from school. On this particular day though, I have things to do and I can't wait for that, but otherwise they would go ahead and do this part of the chore. I am teaching all 5 of them how to put things into the dishwasher, but because the younger ones aren't really grasping it, there's things that get thrown in there that are hand wash only, or I don't put my knives or pots or lids or anything like that in there. Tupperware has to go in the top so it doesn't melt. You guys know the Tetris of working with a dishwasher. So I'm just making sure they're taught properly. So I do have the dishes in the sink. I'm going to hand wash all of those only because I don't want to load it in here and just keep going as normal. I want to actually deep clean my dishwasher. It's starting to get a little gross in here. And then down there in that little crack is starting to get really nasty again, like especially like right around that side. So I'm just going to clean this and then I'll hand wash those. I haven't deep cleaned this dishwasher in probably about 2 or 3 months, and that's what this buildup looks like. It is not that bad, it has been worse, but if you have not deep cleaned your dishwasher and you don't know where the filter is, like what I'm digging at right now, my filter was absolutely disgusting. So definitely get down there. If you haven't deep cleaned your dishwasher in a while, or you've never cleaned your dishwasher, just do it, because if your dishwasher is absolutely disgusting, it cannot clean your dishes properly, and it's putting all that nasty gunk right back into the water that's trying to clean your dishes. Just go ahead and deep clean your dishwasher. I've used this Cascade product, I've used A-Fresh, I've used just white vinegar in a bowl. There's so many ways that you can do it to clean out your dishwasher. These pods, there was 3 in the pack, and I think I paid $3 for the package, and they do an amazing job, and my dishwasher still smells good, and I've already run another load, and I can still smell that cleaner. And you guys know that hand washing is one of my least favorite things to do, to be completely honest. I don't know really why. I think it's just because I've had so many times where I've put my hand into something gross in the sink. I think that's what does it. But at least I'm making it a little festive with a Halloween little mat over there. And my scrub daddy is a pumpkin shape, so I'm trying to make the fun of it as much as I can. But honestly, I really hate hand washing dishes. Is anybody else like that? I can sit there and fold clothes all day long, but hand washing and scrubbing toilets, I think those are my 2 least favorite tasks in the entire house.
I'll do anything. 'cause I can be here with you. Everything's alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay.
Now let's talk about the rust in my sink. You can see the rings right there, and then you can see the circle around each one of the drains. It is really bad, especially on this one over here with the extra gasket down there. It is so simple. Just wet your sink and sprinkle it with baking soda. Let it sit for a minute to 5 minutes, you know, it doesn't take much time. Just let it sit there for a minute. If you want to, you can really work it into a paste if you think it needs that extraness, but I don't think it does. But I'm gonna thoroughly cover both of the drains really, really well, let it sit for a minute, and then use a Scrub Daddy and this other scrub brush. The only reason I'm using that is to really get in the little tiny grooves around the drains, because otherwise I don't think the Scrub Daddy will do as good of a job getting down deep into those cracks. But just scrub the baking soda into the steel and rinse it off. It's that simple, and all of the rust marks will be completely gone. Like, watch the sink as I rinse it off. There is zero rust anywhere left over in the sink. And then on this side, it was really bad. If you look at the baking soda, you'll see it slightly change to a rust color as it's ripping off all that rust, and then it just looks beautiful. And then I am gonna clean the sinks down. I found this fall leaves scent in Target. I still cannot find the spray bottle of the multi-surface in my Target, so I just have the dish soap for now. I am very much enjoying the scent of this. I don't wash my dishes with it. I use Dawn. I like the grease fighting capabilities a little better, but for cleaning my sink or anywhere where I just want that extra fall touch, this smell is amazing. And don't forget to clean underneath your faucet head. Mine was disgusting, and I had one that was shooting off to the far side again. So yes, I had to scrub down my faucet head while I was cleaning out the sink. But if you have not tried that fall leaves scent yet, or the apple cider vinegar, I will definitely recommend both of those smells from Mrs. Meyer's. They are fantastic. And then I'm gonna put one of these glisten packs down in my garbage disposal. It says that sometimes you'll get a blue foam. It's been about 50-50 for me. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Have you guys used this stuff, and do you actually get blue each time or no? And then over to the microwave. It is so simple. Just take a bowl, put some water in it, and then put white vinegar in it. Pop it into your microwave for 5 minutes, that's it. Now, I did learn a trick about your microwave. Don't put your bowls in the middle. If you want it to heat properly, put it on the outside of that ring, because that's the part that circles the most and it will get the most heat. Take the bowl out very carefully. It is going to be hot, but then just take a microfiber rag and start wiping. Everything will fall right off. You can see the time on my microwave and just how quickly it took me to wipe everything out of this microwave. If yours is a little worse for the wear, it might take you an extra minute worth of scrubbing stuff out of there, but the vinegar just kind of melts it all off. It's so easy. What we do is what we do. I will take that same vinegar and water mixture and pour it on the tray and just scrub it off the tray with either a Scrub Daddy or a scrub brush. Either one will work, or you can just use the microfiber if you really want to. But if you have something really caked on there, you're gonna have to scrub a little harder. But it just also melts all the gunk right off of that. I rinse it under cold water, wipe it down to dry it, and then reassemble my microwave. It takes me, not counting the 5 minutes to heat up the vinegar, but it takes me maybe another 5 minutes, 6 minutes, depending on how bad my microwave is, to clean it out, deep clean it, and it's good to go for a while. Oh yeah, and I borrowed my daughter's stool so I can actually reach up into the microwave. Short people problems. I love candles, not just for the scent, but for the actual ambiance, and especially in fall and winter. Those are pretty much the only time I burn candles in my house. I'll burn them a little bit over summer just for the smell, but I really do love candles. And I've seen people put candles on like a mug warmer, or they have actual candle warmers, and I don't think I would actually enjoy that, because I do like the flickering light as well. So I don't know, I just don't think I could be one of those. I think I actually have to have the lit candle, especially fall and winter. While I was wiping down the counters, my bottles have been low for a couple days, and I've just been neglecting it, not really wanting to deal with it. I mean, it's a simple task, but I've just been avoiding it. But I filled up both of my oil dispensers and wiped them down, as well as wiped down the tray on the inside, because sometimes you get a little drip or two off these bottles, but it's nothing major. And then I am gonna use the Sprayway glass cleaner on all of the stainless steel in the kitchen.
And I would like to admit, let's forget about tomorrow. Yeah, should I hide away forever?
When it comes to my stainless, the Sprayway and the Method glass cleaner are about equal for me. I love them both. If I want to thoroughly deep clean it though and make it where it lasts longer, that's when I will bring out the Wayman's, the actual stainless steel cleaner, because that stuff is truly fantastic. But these are just easier, but it doesn't last as long. That stuff repels the fingerprints and things and the dust. These two don't, they just clean it off.
It's almost like I can't stop. Stop. Yeah, you never lose an argument, so I've been trying hard to pretend.
And I really don't know why, but I really like to have fun with these aerosol cans, so every now and then I draw a pretty picture for you guys.
I think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop. Yeah.
Once the dishwasher is done with its cycle, you are gonna wanna open it and wipe down that bottom little track spot just one more time. It's where whatever remnants are still in there from it being dirty, it's just gonna deposit it right there, so wipe that out and then it's good. And since I was deep cleaning a few of the appliances, I have still never done the self-clean cycle on this washing machine since I've owned it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well.
You're never ever scared of the dark, so why am I the one who cries? I'm so afraid to be left behind. I think about you a lot.
The dining room table had a little bit of stuff on it from breakfast, but nothing too major. I did want to get it wiped down and cleaned up though, and then work on these chairs. I'm lazy. I don't want to bring out my green machine little egg thing that I use to clean the couch and clean these chairs. So what I'm doing is just using some Folex and a scrub brush, and it does pretty good. It doesn't do phenomenal like when you bring out the full-blown cleaner, but this still did very well to get some of these old marks off of these chairs and make them look a lot better. And I did it on the tall ones over in the kitchen, because all of these chairs, I will admit, have been thoroughly neglected by my children. They drop and spill all kinds of crap on all of these chairs. I do need to have them like Scotch guarded or something. I will look into that, but the Folex is amazing. And then over to my fireplace. This is usually a catch-all for our family, but because of the big garland up there, it's not as bad of a catch-all during fall, and I do enjoy that. I did put my Halloween Town pumpkin up here. I did a tray over on Instagram and TikTok if you saw that. I did store this up here temporarily, and my little skeleton hands. Those are for later next month. But I'm just gonna take a Swiffer duster and dust around everything instead of moving this big old garland off of here. I don't feel like doing that. So I am gonna just make sure to dust around and under and through everything that I can all the way down this fireplace, because it is awful. I haven't cleaned this thing in a while, like this bottom part where you see me down here. It's been a while since I've done that, and it gets very dusty pretty easily. Usually there's pretty gross fingerprints all over this glass. My kids have not been touching it, luckily, so the glass wasn't that bad, but it definitely needed a really good dusting on all of the wood parts. And I'm enjoying the candles and the fireplace and all of the lights up here as much as I can, because this weekend I'm already taking all of this down to put up Halloween. And then since the washer finished being cleaned, because it only took like 51 minutes, I think it said, I'm gonna go ahead and run a load of towels that I need to get done for today, because I do one load of laundry every day regardless. I have to make sure I do at least one.
I'm out of patience, I'm out of feels, but I guess I'm waiting around for something real. I'm going crazy, like what's the deal? 'Cause I want you to.
Now that I'm done with all the cleaning, I am gonna quickly do 2 recipes for you guys. One I did last year and it was phenomenal. One I'm kind of winging by the seat of my pants, and I'm gonna share that with you guys, but both are super easy, don't take a lot of ingredients, and are very fast and easy. First one up is our dinner. It is a play on chicken Alfredo, and I'm just turning it into a pumpkin Alfredo. So if you did watch my fall videos last year, you have already seen this recipe, and I'm just gonna show you guys real quick how to do it. It is literally these ingredients right here, and if you want to do any additional seasoning, but that's up to you, this is all you're going to need. I'm using chicken tenders. It's about 1.8 pounds. You can use breast, whatever you want to, because you're going to cut it up into bite-sized pieces anyways. 1 jar or 2. I have a large family, so I have 2. As far as the pumpkin, you can either use a 1/4 cup per jar up to a 1/2 cup per jar. And then this is anywhere from 1/8 of a teaspoon to 1/4 of a teaspoon per jar, depending on how much pumpkin. And you can still customize that. You want more pumpkin flavor, go higher. You want less pumpkin flavor, go lower than what I said. But keep these ratios pretty close, because this really helps bring that out. And it's the combination of those is just perfect. And then use whatever noodles you want to. My kids just love Alfredo with fettuccine noodles, so that's what we use. Dinner is so easy. This is actually how I make my standard chicken Alfredo, and then it's just kicked up with the pumpkin. But I will cut my chicken down into tiny little pieces, season it with your heart with Italian and garlic powder, however much you really want to do. Boil your noodles according to the package and cook your chicken thoroughly. Make sure there's no more pink or anything to it, and if there is an excess amount of liquid in there, drain it off. Put it out onto a pan, a plate, a bowl, something. Just get it out of that pan and scrape any little bits of chicken left. Then you're gonna put your sauce into the same pan you cooked your chicken on like a medium heat. Don't go too crazy because you will scorch your sauce. I put water in my jars just to get any last little bits out of there. I don't like to be wasteful. I used a 1/2 cup of the pumpkin and 1/2 teaspoon of the pumpkin pie spice. Adjust it higher or lower to however you wanna taste that pumpkin. I will use a whisk at this point. Do not use a metal whisk in your pots and pans, just save yourself that trouble. I have a plastic whisk, and then add the chicken back in and heat this. That's all you're doing, is heating it through. Now my plan for dinner was to make crescent rolls that were stuffed with mozzarella cheese and Italian and garlic and all of that for dinner. I make these all the time. And then I saw Brianna Kay over on Instagram. She turned them into cute little pumpkins. I've seen it on Instagram. I've done it years ago. I haven't done it in a long time. So I decided, you know what? I'll just turn these into pumpkins. Why not? It's super easy. She does it with a broken up cheese, a mozzarella cheese stick. I'm using the shredded stuff because that's what I have, because what I was planning on doing was my normal rolls. But just put it in the center and then ball up the crescent dough around it and make sure it's really sealed all over this thing, and then just take some kitchen twine and tie it over a couple times like you see me doing here, and just keep going 2 or 3 times, knot at the top, cut off the extra strings. Bake these at 375 for 10 minutes and they're great. Put a little pretzel stick in there for the stem, so good. And this is what dinner looks like when it's all done. The sauce, if you put a little less, it won't be so orange. A little more, it's gonna be a lot more orange than this. My family devours this all the time when I make it. And of course I serve it with some Caesar salad, but it is delicious and so perfect for fall. Moving into the dessert recipe for tonight, it is a no-bake cheesecake, and I'm going one step further to make it easier on myself, and I'm using that box in the grocery store of the no-bake cheesecake. I haven't done this before. I'm hoping it turns out well, and we'll see. So what I'm gonna do for the dessert is I'm taking this right here, the classic no-bake cheesecake by Jello, and I'm going to follow the directions on the back exactly as it is, but I'm going to add the pumpkin puree, not the stuff for a pie. You just want the pure pumpkin and some pumpkin pie spice. I'm gonna start with like 1/2 can and like 1 or 2 teaspoons and see how it goes. And then I might add the whole can and a few extra teaspoons. I'll see how it goes. Now, as I said, make this according to the package. You're going to melt those 4 teaspoons of butter. You're gonna add 2 tablespoons of sugar, put in packet number 1, mix it up, press it down into your pie pan and like really, really push it down. I will say that, because otherwise it's just going to fall apart. And then you're going to mix 1.5 cups of milk, keep the milk cold, with the number 2 packet, and you're gonna beat that with your mixer. And it says on there like 30 seconds on low, I think 3 minutes on medium, something like that. And then I added 1/2 the can of pumpkin and 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. It was perfect. It wasn't an overkill of pumpkin, but it was definitely still a pumpkin cheesecake. If you want to make it a little more mild, go with like 1/4 of a can or 1/3 of a can. Or if you really want this thing to scream pumpkin, put the full can in there with like 3 to maybe 4 teaspoons of the pumpkin pie spice. Refrigerate it for at least 1 hour. Ours was in the refrigerator for I think like 2 hours. is when it came out. And then I just cut it into normal pieces. The first piece did come out a little wonky, I will say that. This is why you're seeing the second piece, but it comes out, the texture is amazing. It was very little effort whatsoever. I would definitely be doing this again. My husband enjoyed it. My kids said it tastes like pumpkin pie, but better because they don't like normal pumpkin pie. They said it's too pumpkin-y, but they really enjoyed this. Both those recipes were so easy and so delicious, perfect for the first day of fall. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. I hope you got lots of cleaning motivation to get a lot done around your house for the brand new season and maybe a new recipe or two to try. If you did enjoy this one, thumbs up, subscribe for more like this one if you are new here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.